name is Lisa Gleich, and I'll be your professor for Social Work 6283, Practice and Program Evaluation online here at Aurora University. So I want to talk a little bit about the objective of this class and the textbooks, and then I'm going to go over sort of the expectations for week one. I'm going to try to do this vlogging or posting each week to clarify the weekly assignments to help sort of minimize questions and hopefully give you a little bit more clarification on assignments. So the main objective in this course, the overview is, students will plan, design, and conduct one evaluative study of an intervention or program. Students will choose between a single case study design or program evaluation. So if you're going to evaluate an intervention with one client, it's going to be a single case study design. One client can mean different things. It can actually mean a group, it can mean a family, but just with one unit. If you're going to do a whole program, let's say, like I used to run a drop-in teen center. So if I wanted to do something that's going to evaluate this program for its efficiency, then I would use the program evaluation. So we have two textbooks. And I think this is a good time to talk about the textbooks because they are going to directly relate to your sort of research you're doing. The first textbook is Single Case Design for Clinical Social Workers. So if you are going to do a single case study design for your research project in this class, you're really going to want to follow this textbook very closely. It's going to give you examples. It's going to give you the help that you need to do the research project. Now, on the other hand, the next textbook is Program Evaluation Methods and Case Studies. If you're going to do a program evaluation, and you'll probably be citing this in the first couple of weeks, then you're going to want to utilize this textbook. It's going to help you if you're going to do a program evaluation. So we'll talk about that further later, but you remember that. You know that the textbook is really going to be a guide in helping you through the research. Both of these textbooks are very readable. They make research very usable. So I want you to, make sure you're reading and keeping up with the reading and following this as a guide. Okay, so now for the first week of class. Every week you're going to have the required reading assignments. And if you've ever had me in class before, I kind of like to do an outline every week. So I'm going to try to do the same thing here through vlogging or through posting each week as well. So the first required reading assignment is going to be from your book, Single Case Study Design. So I'm going to try to show you that here. This is what that book should look like. You're going to read chapter 1 and chapter 2 in this book. The second thing that you're going to do is an ethics training. Now this ethics training is going to be sort of due week 5. So it's about 3 hours long. You're going to have to go online, hit on the ethics training on your Moodle course shell. It'll bring you to a website. You're going to have to come up with a user ID and password, and then you're going to get on to the ethics training. It's going to take, like I said, about 3 hours to complete. I think there's 7 chapters and there's 4 quizzes, and after you pass the 4 quizzes and have read the 7 chapters, you'll get a certificate. And that certificate you're going to have to upload on week 5 to show that you completed the ethics training. So essentially you have about 5 weeks to complete this ethics training, but I wanted to let you guys know that it's about 3 hours, so you plan accordingly time-wise. So week 5, activity 2, you will upload the certificate you get after you pass those 4 quizzes. So hopefully that clarifies that a little bit. The next reading assignment is the NASW Code of Ethics. There's a lot of ethics involved in research, so it's important to go over those. And the last is going to be a single subject design PowerPoint. The PowerPoint is going to follow closely with the readings that you did for this week as well. So it's going to kind of give some clarification, highlight major points of the reading. So hopefully that helps with your reading assignments. Then this week you will have 2 activities. It will be your first discussion forum. Now for discussion forums, they will be due the Wednesday of that week. So in this week, August 30th will be the due date of your first discussion forum. You will have to post your response to the discussion question by 11:55 p.m. on Wednesday. So this discussion question is to discuss your initial thoughts about the profession of social work as a profession relates to research. It goes into a little bit more depth, but that's the basics of this question. So you will post your initial post by Wednesday at 11:55 p.m. and then you will have to respond to at least 2 of your classmates' posts by Sunday at 11:55 p.m. Your initial post should be about 400 words and your responses should be at least 100 words. So we just don't want responses like great job, I agree, I see your point. It wants to be sort of an in-depth response to 2 classmates' posts. I like, ideally, if every post gets some sort of response. So I think making that sort of an overall goal of the class as well would be wonderful. So hopefully that answers some questions about the discussion forum and gives a due date to that first discussion forum. And then the second activity this week is actually going to be kind of over weeks 1 and 2. This is interviews. And so the objective of this activity is to learn more about how research is used both by agencies and practitioners. So what you're going to do is you're going to interview one agency administrator about the agency's use of research and one individual clinician's about how he or she uses research in clinical practice. So you can either pick your internship site or your job if you would like to and interview an administrator and a therapist there and get these questions answers. They give you a guideline of some suggested questions. You don't have to use these questions. You can ask different questions if you prefer, but they're good guideline questions. And just kind of find out how research is used. I would like you to use the same place though. So if you're going to do an administrator from your job, then do a clinician from your job as well. If you're going to do your internship, same thing, administrator and clinician from the same location. So I hope that clarifies that as well. I'm really looking forward to getting to know each of you online. I hope you have a great first week. If you have any questions, I can be reached at lgleich@aurora.edu, and Gleich is Gleich. I can be reached by my cell phone on 847-833-2907, or we can meet up in an Adobe Connect chat room if you want to meet face-to-face. So there's a meeting room set up on Moodle, and you can go on that and we can meet. We may have to email to sort of set up times before that, but we can do that as well. So let me know your preference, and like I said, I am really excited about class and looking forward to getting to know each and every one of you. Thanks. Bye.